What's up, guys? We are live, and we're gonna recap the really good card that just happened on Saturday. What a good main event! Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier. Joining me is my co-host Kelvin. Kelvin, what's up, man?
What's up, man? You said it. We're coming off a great card. I mean, although it was 10 fights, although there was a lot of cancellations, last minute replacements, turned out to be a pretty entertaining night of 10 fights with a fight of the year contender in Poirier versus Hooker. Like, legendary fight, man. Great performances by both guys, too. Like, a lot of people were saying, oh, Poirier might be done at this point, or some people were saying, oh, Poirier might just be like a class higher. I don't think either were true. I think Dan Hooker showed that he's absolutely in the same class as Dustin Poirier. It was just Dustin Poirier's night. And Dustin Poirier absolutely is not done. He has a lot of fights left to go. I'd love to see him against Tony Ferguson next.
Yeah, just looking at the chat real quick. What's up, Boston Nick? We're just gonna do a short breakdown tonight, maybe like for an hour. But yeah, you should come on in the future, man, for sure. We're not gonna be doing like a long live stream. Your boy's hungry. I gotta make some steak after this. It's trying to get big. So yeah, man, I'm starving right now. So this is probably gonna be like a 45-minute to an hour podcast. Yeah, it was a good fight. Betting wise, minus some views on the night. I'm not one to hide. I've been doing good lately. I think I've lost 2 out of the last 3 starts, but yeah, Dan Hooker, I mean, he showed up, dude. I mean, I bet on him, and he showed up. He won the first 2 rounds, but Dustin definitely took over, and damn, dude, Dustin, he's a beast. His chin is definitely held up at 155 besides that Michael Johnson fight. Probably one of the best fights ever because I worked Saturday and I got home, watched, the main event, some other fights, and then I finished the card the next day. But yeah, dude, what a fight. That was probably one of the best fights this year, if not the best fight this year. Where they go from here, I mean, Dustin should probably fight Ferguson. I know you were saying that. And maybe Hooker gets the Bronx. I mean, what do you think about that?
Firstly, man, I think Dan Hooker has taken so much damage. Like, even going back to before his recent win streak, the Edson Barboza fight. I mean, dude, that was one of the biggest beatdowns ever. But props to him, he bounced back, won some fights after that. And then the Paul Felder fight, even though that was a win, man, close fight, took a lot of damage. And then this fight, I mean, this is arguably the one he took the most damage. And if you haven't seen the pictures or videos of his face, he should definitely take at least a year off, man. Come back better, come back fresher, for sure. And then Dustin Poirier, yeah, let's see him and Tony. That's like a legendary fight, man. I mean, so well respected guys. You know that fight. There's no chance it would be boring. So, yeah, let's see that.
Yeah, man. So co-main event, we had Mickey Gall versus Mike Perry. I see my boy Brandon Kane in the chat talking. You know what, man? Mickey Gall, I thought he won the first round. I thought he was looking good. But, I mean, I was surprised that Perry out-grappled him. And, I mean, he gassed that. I mean, yeah, Mickey Gall's cardio, hasn't been the best in the past. I mean, against Tahari, I thought it looked better. But, yeah, congrats to Perry. He won the fight. He dominated the second and third round. Me and Guru were talking about it. He thinks that Mickey Gall should get cut. I don't think he should get cut. I mean, maybe they should give him I don't know. I mean, honestly, I would hope that they would give him Philip Rowe. I think that'd be a really good fight. But if not, maybe they can give him Cole Williams. I mean, I'm sure Mickey Gall can beat Cole Williams. But anyways, Mickey he's still improved. Like his striking looked a lot better this fight. It's just the gas tank, man. And I mean, Perry out grappled him. Perry, I already know what you're thinking, but I hope they give him Nico Price because your boy Perry's getting slept in the first round if he fights Nico Price because Nico Price has improved a lot. And Nico Price looked like a fucking animal last fight versus Luque. Yeah, I also lost to Mickey Gall. That was my play. We'll talk about the third one later. Kelvin, what do you think about the fight?
Yeah, man, I was saying all week, I get why you were betting Mickey Gall, and the fight actually, it was starting to play out pretty close. He was definitely looking good on the feet. I mean, while he was fresh, that was easily the best he's ever looked. It's just there's too much of a power and just overall physicality difference, and I think just Mike Perry making Mickey Gall work in some of the grappling exchanges. I mean, man, when you're half as strong as a guy and you're trying your hardest to grapple with them, I don't care who you are, that's going to gas out anybody. So, I mean, maybe if the fight were to happen like a year from now, maybe give Mickey Gall some more experience. Maybe Mike Perry needs to spiral a little bit more. If this fight happened like a year or two from now, maybe Mickey Gall wins it. But yeah, it was definitely Mike Perry's day. He just looked, I mean, holy shit, way sharper, way more powerful. But yeah, it was definitely a tough night for Mickey Gall. As far as who he should get next, I don't even know. I would have to look towards the bottom of the barrel of the division, to be honest. Like, keep giving him guys like Salim, raise his confidence some more. It's crazy. Like, he's not even that young of a guy. He's just so young in his MMA career. I mean, we've been seeing his career grow up in front of our eyes. And I mean, every big step basically that he took, Randy Brown and this one, both of them just were brutal in the opposite direction. So let's give Mickey Gall one more chance. Give him a couple more highlight reels against the George Sullivans of the world, and then give him another big test in a year or two. We'll see how he does. Yeah, man.
Oh shit, yeah. Shout out to Will Martin. He was saying right now that he should fight Brock Weaver. That'd be a good fight. Yeah, I definitely think Mickey Gall can beat him. I mean, I would hope. I mean,
if Mickey drops
to
155, yeah.
I mean, Mickey's pretty big at 170, but yeah, I can see him. I know he said in the past he wanted to go to 155. He looked big at 170, though. He looked a lot bigger than Perry.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tall guy. I mean, if he is able to make the 155-pound weight class, like, safely, like, healthily, he could be a problem there, because, like, he'd be fucking huge at that division.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the line was off, and all the shit with Perry and all that stuff, yeah, man, it is what it is. Perry got the win. I'm still going to be continuing to fade Perry in the future, though. Next fight, oh god, Croquet Boss versus John Villante. Yeah, I mean, it was a really, oh god, it was a slobber knocker, and then Greene got that crazy submission. Shout out to you bet him too, by sub, right?
I bet him to win in the distance, man.
Yeah, shout out to you and my boy Clit, diehard MMA for that, really fucking sneaky pick. What do you want to say about that fight? Because honestly, I don't have much to say besides the fucking sloppy fight.
I mean, so the first round when Maurice had a gas tank, like when he was fresh, like we were cruising easily. Like I thought he easily won that first round. Like picked apart Gian Villante to a point. Like it took Gian Villante like what three minutes to throw his very first punch. So it was looking good, and then damn, dude, that second round started. Gian started to get off on some big shots. I just couldn't believe what was unfolding in front of my eyes. I'm like, man, did I really just bet 4 units on this fucking guy? And then the third round happens. It's 1-1 going into it. I'm thinking, fuck, we probably don't got this. Like, maybe he can eke out a decision, but I don't see him finishing here at this point in this third round. He's so tired. And then Gian starts whooping his ass. I mean, knocks him down, gets on top, looking like a 10-8 Gian round. He's on top. There's 2 minutes left. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm already counting my losses, trying to figure out, just my overall where I stand with my money. And then all of a sudden, Maurice Greene locks up an arm triangle from bottom. I'm like, I couldn't even celebrate, dude. I was just so shocked. I'm like, what? What just happened? Excuse me? I couldn't believe it, dude. One of the bigger quit jobs I've ever seen in MMA, honestly. And that's a shame to say, because Gian was actually like, of course he showed up completely out of shape, but like, dude is about to get a big win there. Like most people were counting him out. I mean, you saw the gigantic bets being thrown around on Maurice Greene. So damn, yeah, that's one of the craziest fucking things I've seen in a long time, dude. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Like I said, slobber knocker of a fight. Didn't Villante leave his camp too? He doesn't train with Longo anymore, does he?
Oh, I don't even know about that. I thought he did.
I think I saw something on Twitter that he's not training with them. I don't even know who's in his corner. I don't remember, but yeah, it is what it is. Croquet Boss got the sub. I think Tanner Bozer called him out. That'd be a good fight, because Tanner Bozer really. I should have bet Tanner Bozer. He was another dog that I picked to win pass, but yeah. Next fight. This is probably the best fight of the night, in my opinion, besides the main event. Brendan Allen versus Kyle Daukaus. Great fight. I do think Allen won the fight. I mean, he clearly won the first round. The second round, he won because he hurt him. He dropped him with the knee. But yeah, Daukaus won that third round. And dude, Daukaus showed I'm still kind of mad about it because my third play was Allen in the distance. He finished Holland. He finished Breeze, but he can't finish Daukaus. Like, he had Daukaus in some fucking terrible spots, man. Daukaus showed that he's a no slouch. Daukaus showed that the kid has potential, man. I think he's gonna win a lot of fights, man, at 185. Dude, Daukaus, he's good. His strike, dude, he was beating Allen on the feet. He took down Allen 4 times. It's just Allen, dropped him in the second round with that knee, and Allen just a better grappler. I mean, Allen got on top of him and just, really laid some damage on him. But then after the fight, you find out that Allen's going to be out probably the whole year because Daukaus, I think, broke his orbital bone. So, I mean, Allen's not going to be back.
He had 4 broken bones in his face.
Yeah, he won't be back till 2021. He said he might go to 205, which, I mean, probably a good move. I mean, Allen's pretty huge. But, dude, the moral of the story is it was a great fight. Allen is only 24 years old. The kid's fucking a good fucking fighter. But I can't say much, I can't stop saying how good Daukaus is, dude. I think Daukaus looked really good in that fight, and I'm excited for his future, and I think he's going to win a lot of fights at 185. I think they got to give him a jobber in his next fight, give him Fluffy, give him Barryu, give him I don't even know. I mean, I'd probably pick him versus Trevin Giles right now too, and I like Trevin Giles a lot. But yeah, Daukaus looked good. You want to say anything about this fight?
No, you nailed it, man. Kyle Daukaus definitely exceeded my expectations. I mean, it just looked to me like Brendan Allen was, even though Kyle Daukaus is older, Brendan Allen looked more seasoned. He's been in there with a way higher level competition. He was, I mean, in those first 2 rounds, he was basically able to reverse everything that Daukaus did. So, and I mean, Brendan Allen, he's a dangerous guy, man. I mean, whether it's on the feet, the clinch, the ground, dude, I mean, man, Brendan Allen's going to be something one day. Like, Brendan Allen is going to be like a long time, like top 20, top 15 middleweight, in my opinion. Great future. Kyle Daukaus, I mean, although you're not getting the win, I mean, that's one of the best ways you can debut in a loss, in my opinion. Showed great heart, durability. I mean, all of it, man. Just needs a few more fights. I agree. I think they should give him a lower level guy. I think Barryu works out. I think that's a good one there. So, yeah, I was impressed with both guys for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I see Brandon in the chat saying that both aren't good. I mean, Allen's a good fighter, dude. Allen's definitely a top 15 guy. He's going to be a top 10 guy. And Daukaus has, top 15 potential all over it. So I think they're both good fighters. Next fight, Takashi Sato versus Jason Witt. I mean, not much you can say about this fight. I mean, Sato, destroyed him. I mean, damn, Witt's just not UFC material. He's been KO'd, I think, like 4 times. Including this one. But yeah, Sato showed up. I mean, we both thought that Sato was going to lose to our boy Ramiz, but that wasn't the case. We'll see who Sato fights next. I mean, Sato versus Mike Perry? I don't know what they're going to do. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Let's see Takashi Sato versus fucking Ramiz Brahimaj, bro. My opinion does not change whatsoever. I saw a lot of people say on Twitter, oh man, Sato would have definitely destroyed Brahimaj. Like, guys, this guy he just fought, Jason Witt, I mean, if you watch the tape, you could see how chinny this guy is. You can see he just absolutely did not belong whatsoever. I saw people comparing this to the Justin James situation a week prior. Like, dude, Justin James looked way better on tape than Jason Witt. It wasn't even close to the same situation. Not only that, if you watch the tape on Brahimaj, he has a great chin. And not only that, I mean, just a completely different fighter altogether, would have presented different problems. I would still take Ramiz Brahimaj at dog odds if they were to offer it to me. So let's see that fight, man. One quick story though, dude. I was losing my mind before the first fight started because I saw some tweets that Jason Witt had not been cleared medically, and this is like fucking 10 minutes before the card starts. And like, of course, the DraftKings slate that locks as soon as the first fight starts. I'm thinking this fight might not even happen because they had to move it up later in the card. Like, they moved it up like a good hour. I'm like, this fight might not happen. I have so much Takashi Sato ownership on DraftKings. So of course my dumbass thought I was being smart and safe and took away like 3 or 4 good Sato lineups, replaced them with mostly Felipe Lins. That's the irony of that. So seeing that tweet completely fucked me up 10 minutes prior to the card starting. Thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got a quick story too. So I'm still in the academy right now, but I ended up working in the prison on Friday and Saturday, and I was doing a cell count, and I was walking around, and I had to like look in their cells and make sure like they're in there. And there was a guy who was watching the fights, so I was just kind of like staring at the TV like for like 5 seconds, and I saw that Mickey Gall landed a good punch, and then I walked away. I'm like, yeah, Mickey's gonna win that fight. And when I got off of work, I saw that he lost, and I was pissed. I almost like literally like I was screaming like on my way home. But anyways, next fight we have. Okay, this is crazy right here. This is eye opening to me. Julian Rosa versus Sean Woodson. I mean, dude, Rosa looked fucking good. I mean, I just watched the fight. I know he has a bad chin and he's chinny, but holy shit, dude, the guy took this fight on 3 days notice or something, like what, 4 days notice. His cardio, dude. Like, I mean, he's a Vegas guy too, so I mean, I gotta fucking like Julian Rosa, dude. I think he has to be a black belt because I know he has a lot of wins by submission. That Darce was fucking crazy, dude. And his striking, dude. I mean, Woodson looked good. Woodson definitely was, was landing, but that was a close fight. That was 1-1, I think, going in the third. And I mean, obviously Rosa was winning in the third. I mean, damn, dude, he just killed the prospect, dude. Because a lot of people, including me, said Sean Woodson was going to be a top 5, top 10 guy. And wow, dude, Rosa looked good. I mean, honestly, dude, that Rosa. That was the best Rosa we've ever seen. I definitely think that Rosa could win fights in the division. I mean, I don't think he's at the bottom of the division like he was in his first stint. I mean, he took that fight on 4 days' notice and looked fucking good out there, dude. I mean, what you could say Woodson looked like shit, but he didn't. He just the thing with Woodson is that he looked good, but the pressure broke him. I mean, that cardio, dude. I mean, Woodson has good cardio, but he wasn't trained with Krause, dude. I mean, he has good cardio, but just that pressure. Rosa just fucking kept walking him down, man. And damn, dude, Rosa looked good, man. What are your thoughts about that fight?
Man, see, I was kind of really upset about it just because I was gonna bet Kyle Nelson at pretty big dog odds. I think he was like plus 240, and just seeing how this fight played out. I know Kyle Nelson definitely does not have the gas tank that a Julian Erosa does, but Kyle Nelson is an extremely dangerous guy, and you could see based on this fight. Sean Woodson, of course, he has all the physical tools, like fucking 78-inch reach in 145, biggest guy in the division. Like he's got those tools, but like he needs a lot more experience for sure. I don't know, what is he, like 7-0? Hasn't really fought anybody other than Julian Erosa and I guess Kyle Bochniak. But definitely needs some seasoning. I think Kyle Nelson would have got to that chin early, man. I mean, being that tall, he's got a little bit of that tall man defense syndrome. So I think Kyle Nelson would have got to him. Even Kyle Nelson has an underrated ground game, so I think he could have even gotten the fight to the mat and subbed Woodson. So I kind of want them to book that fight. I don't think it would happen just because, I mean, Woodson just took a pretty big loss. Kyle Nelson is coming off a win, so I'm not really sure who either guy gets here, but great story for Julian Erosa, man, a guy that got cut from the UFC twice. Prior to this fight, he had 10 fights in the Octagon if you included the Ultimate Fighter and Contender series, so very experienced guy. He even got another win outside of the UFC as soon as he got cut again. So it's just so crazy, this guy's story. And I think after this win, man, and I think maybe if they give him like a couple more favorable matchups, let him build up some steam, I think Julian Erosa can actually stay in the UFC this time a lot longer than the previous time. So big props to Julian Erosa there. Biggest underdog on the card, I believe, and won.
Yeah, I mean, they could match him up with Zalal. We can talk about that fight later. But if not, I mean,
Zalal's moving down, man. Zalal's moving to 135.
Oh, he said that? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, then never mind. I don't know. I mean, they could give Rosa a good prospect, or they could just. I mean, they're not going to build Rosa up. Like they don't. I feel like they don't think Rosa's that good. So I mean, they could give him like a prospect, but I don't know. I'm curious to see who they give him next. Like, I mean, I'd fucking bet him versus Ocho if he fought Ocho. I mean, dude, that'd be fucking a good win for. I mean, even Leroy. I think Rosa would beat Leroy too. I mean, you could match him up with Mowgli Benitez. I mean, damn, that'd be a good fight. I think I probably got Mowgli.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens because Mowgli's coming off a loss. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Next fight, Khama Worthy versus Bob Ross. Damn, dude. Yeah, man. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm mad that I had a fucking fade Bob Ross. I mean, dude, is this guy UFC material? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he is. I mean, do you think he is?
Dude, I think you're completely off here. I don't know. I don't know if that was such a bad performance by Bob Ross. I think that was just a credit to how good Khama Worthy looked. I think this guy's come a long way. He's super fucking experienced. He looked great on the feet. There were a lot of questions about his ground game, but I mean, definitely hung in there and then even got the sub in the third. I don't think Pena looked overly bad. I kind of didn't like how he was joking around after the fight. Like he was putting up some joke tweets and stuff like that. I think like his attitude should have been a little more pissed off that he should have got the job done. But I thought that, I mean, that wasn't a bad performance by any mean. I think Khama Worthy is just very good.
Yeah, I don't think Worthy's that good. I think he's no slouch, but like I don't know. I just don't think that Bob Ross is, he's that good. I definitely put him, I think, in the bottom of the division, man. I'm really curious to see who Bob Ross fights next, but yeah, man, he's a fade, man. Worthy, I don't think Worthy's that good. I mean, he's not a jobber by any means. Worthy's no slouch, but I'm trying to think going forward. I mean, they could give Bob Ross Roswell Roberts. I mean, I think that'd be a really good fight. I mean, even though Roberts dropped the ball, I think Roberts would fucking kill him. And not kill him, but he would win the fight. And then Khama Worthy, I mean, who should he get next? I mean, I'm trying to think right now, top of my head. Thiago Moises. I mean, that'd be a pretty good fight. Yeah, I mean, I like that fight. I probably got Worthy there pre-tape, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Just look in the comments real quick. Jack Attack, JTIC, your comment. Nate Landwehr would be a good fight versus a Rosa. Holy shit. That would be a fucking crazy fight, dude. Nate the Train versus a Rosa. Holy
Damn,
shit.
that would be a good fight. That's good match.
Dude, book that fight, bro. That'd be a good fight. Next fight, one of the fights that everyone wants to talk about. Tanner Bozer versus Felipe Lins or whatever his name is. Yeah. Bozer fucking, he has that poutine body. Like, Canada, a lot of Canadians like to say that poutine's like the best food in the world. Yeah, he got a quick KO. I mean, he doesn't really. Does he have a lot of finishes? Like, I don't think so. I mean, in the UFC, I know he doesn't, but yeah, he clean fucking wins clock. I picked him to win. Didn't bet it. That's always one of the worst things in the world, man. When you pick a dog and they win, or wait, I'm sorry, you pick a dog, but you pass from a betting perspective. But I think he closed the favorite though, didn't he? I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think after that performance, don't ever pick or fucking bet Philip wins again. I don't care if he's fighting Villante. Don't do it.
Yeah, I agree. That was pretty bad by Lins. But on the other hand, and I lost a bet there. I lost 3 units on Lins. But, dude, I thought Bozer just looked really good. I feel like he comes in better shape every single fight. I feel like he makes improvements every fight. He's one of the lightest guys in the weight class. So in turn, he's actually one of the more fast guys in the weight class, which you wouldn't really guess based on looking at him. But dude's a fast. I saw in his someone asked him about moving down to 205. He was very, very against that idea, and I agree with him. Why the fuck would you move down to 205? Like, cut all that weight. Like, he's big enough for heavyweight, even though he is one of the lighter guys. I think he just makes up for it with some speed. He was obviously a faster guy than Felipe Lins, and he showed that he definitely has heavyweight power. So, I mean, definitely stay at heavyweight. I think he can win a lot of fights. Like, I was completely wrong about this guy, guys. This was probably the most wrong I was all night. I'm going to give Tanner Bozer some respect. That was a legit performance. I can't wait to see who he gets next. Actually, Maurice Greene, he called him out. Dude, book that fight. I got Tanner Bozer all day.
We're cappers, dude. I mean, we're going to be wrong. I mean, there's not one capper in the world that's ever going to be right 100%. I mean, I can admit that I've been wrong a lot lately, but I mean, I'm still grinding. I'm not going to fucking quit. I can't wait for Fight Island. I'll tell you that. I have not watched any tape though for Fight Island yet. We'll have our pre-tape discussion in a little bit, but yeah, I know you have a big bet that you're down to tell everybody about, but yeah. So 2 more fights. This is probably another fight you don't want to talk about. Kay Hansen versus Jin Yu Frey. Yeah, man. Kay Hansen, great ground game. I mean, I got to go with my SoCal girl all day. She's 20 years old. Aspen Ladd Jr. But then again, her striking is not that good. So she definitely needs to clean that up. But she's tough, dude. I mean, she's tough for sure. We'll see who she fights next. Maybe she can fight Paige Van Zandt after if she beats Ribas somehow, which is not going to happen. But yeah, what do you want to talk about this fight?
I mean, yeah, lost a bet here on Jin Yu Frey. I took plus 160 odds, and it's crazy, man. I was still at work when this fight was happening, and I had a customer. I missed the first round, I come back, I see on Twitter somebody posted Jinyu Frey -200 live after round 1. I'm like, holy shit, we won the first round. Let's go. And then I start watching the fight. She gets taken down the second round, cannot get back up to save her life. And then in the third round, she was looking good. She kept it on the feet for 2 minutes. She was landing the more strikes. Like, man, that $37,000 bettor was definitely shitting his pants at that point. And then Kay eventually got that final takedown, was able to lock in a really nice submission. I think that was she proved me wrong for sure. I thought she was not that developed. I thought Jinyu Frey had the way higher level experience coming in. I thought that would pay dividends. And it was close, man. I don't know if I had value on my plus 160 because, we did get our arm ripped off at the end of the fight. So, I'm not going to say I had value there, but yeah, I think Kay Hansen definitely needs some more work. But, for a 20-year-old making her debut, I guess that was a pretty solid performance. And I can definitely see her winning some fights in the UFC as long as she keeps fighting like the bottom of the division. But I'm going to disagree with that Aspen Ladd Jr. comment, though, because, Aspen Ladd is a fucking top 5 girl, man. She's been out there, beat some really good girls. Very powerful ground and pound. I don't think Kay Hansen is just like, I know she's a lower weight class, but she's just nowhere near the physical and powerful threat that Aspen Ladd is. But she does have very good jiu-jitsu. I think Kay Hansen, that's definitely not going to be her last submission win in the UFC.
After a couple more fights, I'm telling you, everyone's going to call her Aspen Ladd Jr., and I want everyone in the chat right now listening to that to thank me, okay? So you can thank me. Last fight of the night, or first fight of the night, Zalal versus Jordan Griffin. Close fight. I know you had to bet on Zalal. I know a lot of people bet on Zalal. It was close. It could have got either way.
Was it close?
Personally, I think it was close. Okay, I know you bet on Zalal. Everyone on Zalal is going to say he won, but I do think it was close. I do think that Griffin could have won the fight. He's just an idiot, dude. But then again, Zalal's green, man. I know this is crazy. I don't think you'd agree with me on this, but I'd probably pick Julian Rosa versus Zalal if they fought, and I'm not even joking. I think Rosa would beat him. I don't think Zalal can knock him out. So, but then again, Zalal, he has a lot of potential, man, but he's green. I thought Griffin could have won the fight, but it was close. I'm not going to say it was a robbery. I didn't even bet Jordan Griffin, but I thought it was close. But Zalal got the win. What do you want to talk about this fight?
Yeah, he's definitely green, and not only that, he was arguably fighting at the wrong weight class. You could tell he was a little out-muscled there at some points, while Jordan Griffin was fresh. Like I mentioned earlier, he will be moving down to 135 pounds for his next fight. I definitely like that a lot better for him. You mentioned Julian Erosa. Dude, are you kidding me? Julian Erosa would kill him at this point. He's, 3-4 times as experienced? Damn, he'd kill the kid, but he's going to move down to 135 pounds. Probably going to end up getting another guy in the lower end of the division. Build him up, man. What is he, 8-0, 9-0 at this point? He's young. He definitely has a lot of potential. He looked so good in that third round, though. Just like I know Jordan Griffin was gassed, but man, he just stuffed every chance Jordan Griffin had at getting it back down to the mat. I was just really impressed with his composure. You can tell he has the mental tools and the actual technique and everything. It's just he needs to grind a couple more in the octagon for sure. But yeah, man, plus money on him I got here. Saved my night, so I ended up going 2-2, barely profited 0.7 units. But yeah, man, giving me plus money on a talented guy like Zalal, green or not, against Jordan Griffin, who, dude, Jordan Griffin has so many holes in his game. His fight IQ isn't the best. His cardio isn't the best. Just a guy you just can't trust at all. So when I saw minus money by his name and plus money by Zalal's name, I just had to take it. It ended up working out for me. I disagree with it being close. I thought Zalal clearly won 2-3. You made the argument Jordan could have won the fight. Yeah, he could have if, he didn't gas out or he made better decisions. But, that's not what happened. Zalal clearly won. Great fight.
So Rashad Coulter right now just called out Jamal Hill. That's probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard in my life. And then Ryan Spann said that that's easy money versus Jamal Hill. Between me and you, I've said this on Bro Picks multiple times. Jamal Hill knocks out Ryan Spann in 30 seconds. So give me that easy money because I'm telling you right now, I feel like they might line that fight they might line that fight close because Ryan Span's in the top 15. Oh my God, dude. That is Jamal Hill would fucking kill him and Coulter in the same night. Like, what are we? He would fight both of them. He fucking knock both of them out. Coulter, what are you doing, bro?
Is Coulter even in the UFC?
He's not, but like he just called him out. I just read it on Twitter right now, dude. He's terrible. And
Why?
Ryan Span,
What's the beef? Is there an issue between them?
Jamal Hill is saying that he wants to fight or something like that. Like he's been looking to fight, and Coulter just called him out. And then Ryan Span, they train together. So Ryan Span's like, oh, I'll take that easy money or something like that. Bro, you almost lost to Albie, dude. Like, come on, bro. You like no disrespect to Albie, but Span, dude, Jamal Hill would kill you, man. Like, kill you.
Well, let's see that fight. That fight I'm down for. Let's do it.
So I'm pretty hungry right now. I told you I'm gonna make a steak, but we can talk for a little bit of the fight.
Yeah, dude. Let's just like run through the cards, say like whatever hops off your mind. So okay, I don't know if do you have any bets yet? No, you haven't even.
I haven't watched any tape.
Yeah. So I got 2 bets. Like I'm not gonna give a full breakdown. I'll just give you the quick snippet. I got the max bet 5-unit banger. I got Volkan Oezdemir against Ziri Prochazka. I don't even know how to say the fucker's name. Prochazka. Jiri though, dude, like I'm very excited for this debut. Guy's very experienced, 30 pro fights. I want to say out of his 26 wins, like almost all of them are by KO, if not all of them. Power in his hands, big too. He's like 6'4", so he matches the height of Volkan. He's gonna win a lot of fights in the UFC, guys. It's just, this is a huge step up in competition. If you look at who he's been fighting, I mean, UFC rejects like Fabio Maldonado, even a very older, close to retirement King Mo. I forgot who else he beat around that same time span. Another UFC reject. But yeah, Volkan Oezdemir is a guy who's just been putting in so much work, improving every fight. Arguably beat Dom Reyes. Looked great. Beat a blue chip prospect in Alexander Rakic last time. Whether you scored that for him or not, the fact that he's having close fights with him. I think Volkan is like a very, very bad matchup for Jiri here. I think also Volkan's out there getting promotions in BJJ under, Brazilian lineage. So, like he's improving every aspect of his game. I think he has Jiri beat here everywhere other than like a low percentage KO from Jiri. I see Volkan winning this fight. He's going to counter him all day. I think he arguably has the more power. Like people forget how much fucking power Volkan has just because he hasn't got a KO in a while. But I mean, dude's just fighting really stiff competition, way stiffer competition than Jiri. So I think Jiri's manager made a mistake by giving him a top 5 guy here. It's bad matchup for him. And then, dude, the other fight I want to talk about, like people are going to give me shit for this one. I might give myself shit for this one. Never expected in a million years I'd bet this guy. Davy Grant plus 155 to beat Martin Day. Guys, Davy Grant has a big wrestling and grappling advantage here. Martin Day is like a good striker. Made his debut 2 years ago. He's been out because of injuries, but had a good fight against Peng Wan Liu. It was close. It could have gone either way. He made me sweat. I bet Peng Wan in that fight. Martin Day is a great striker. If this fight stays on the feet, he's going to fucking pick apart Davy Grant. Fact is, I've seen Martin Day taken down. I've seen him not be able to get back up. Davy Grant, I mean, he's much more experienced with higher level competition. He just grinded out his last win. He fought a striker in his last fight, took him down 6 times, held him down. I think he can, rinse and repeat. Same thing here. So plus 155 odds, I'm going to take that all day. I know you disagree, Justin.
Well, I mean, I haven't taped that fight. I just don't think Grant's nothing at all. But I mean, pre-tape, I have to go with Day. I actually like No Time a lot. I mean, I've bet on him multiple times. But I mean, I like Jiri, dude, a lot. I mean, Jiri hasn't fought no one close to the competition that Volkan has. But Volkan's cardio is not that good. I got to look into it, man, because I mean, pre-tape, I mean, I think I'm going to go with Jiri as of right now. But obviously, I have not watched any tape. Let's talk about the main event real quick. Usman versus Burns. I mean, dude, this is a tough fight, man, for me because Burns has proved so much, man. And I mean, I do think that Burns arguably does he have better striking than Colby? I don't know. I think Colby has better, more volume, but
Burns has who?
Okay, I'm talking about Burns. I'm saying who's a better striker, Colby or Burns? I think Colby has a lot of volume, but I do think that Burns has more power. But then again, Burns got a really dominant win versus Woodley, but Colby would have done the same exact thing. But I do think that Burns is a different fighter than Colby. It's a tough fight, man, because dude, Usman is the best fighter in the division. He's the champ, but Colby was beating him in that fight, man, until that 5th round. And I mean, the fake nut shot, all that stuff. Still, man, I mean, Burns, I mean, they're the top 3 in the division. I mean, the line is off, but do I want to fade Usman, man? I mean, dude, Usman's so good, man. I mean, I fade him versus Colby, and I do think Colby was winning that fight until the 5th round. But I mean, it's hard to fade Usman, especially now he's training with Gagey, dude. I mean, and he's just so strong, and his cardio is so good. But then again, I think Burns could arguably be the better striker, dude. But I mean, Usman could probably take him down. I got to look into it, but as pre-tape, the line's off, man. So, what are your thoughts on that fight?
I thought the same thing pre-tape, and then I looked into it. I got Kamaru here all day long, man. I have a hard time seeing Gilbert Burns win this fight. I think, man, like you mentioned Kamaru, like, yeah, he's the best in the division. He's the champ for sure. But like, man, he's just going to have like a big physicality edge here. He's much bigger. I mean, we're talking about Gilbert, former 155-pounder. I know he's looked amazing at 170, but like, dude, you think Kamaru Usman could ever make 155 pounds? Absolutely not. I just think, man, it's a weird matchup because Gilbert definitely presents a lot of problems with the striking. I do think he has the striking advantage here. I think power is probably maybe about the same. Both are durable, though. I don't think we're going to see a knockout here either way. It's just a tough one for Gilbert, man. I don't even know if he's going to be able to sub Usman. Like, I know he's a great submission grappler. Usman being the great wrestler he is, I think he's going to be able to neutralize that. I'll be surprised if this fight even hits the mat, really. I think we're probably going to see a lot of counter striking. It's going to be a chess match, and then we're going to see a lot of Usman pushing him up against the cage, I think. I think he's just going to be able to slightly edge every round, be the bigger guy, do a little more, probably edge most of the rounds, but it's a good fight.
Yeah, man. So the second fight, let's see. Ooh, shit. Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. I mean, obviously the first fight, Volkanovski went out there and looked really good. Damn, this is a tough one, man. I mean, he's not washed up or anything. I just don't know if he's the same guy that he was, and I just think Volkanovski is the better fighter right now. But I gotta look into it for sure because Holloway's still a good fighter. And yeah, pre-tape, I probably have to go with Max. I'm sorry, pre-tape, I'll probably have to go with Volk. But yeah, Max could definitely be live here. And the line's off for sure. I mean, the former champ is plus 175. But then again, he looked like shit, dude, versus Volkanovski, man. I mean, did he even win a round?
Yes, absolutely he did. He won the 5th for sure. The 4th could have gone either way.
I don't know, man. Volkanovski had a masterful performance in that fight. I got to look into it because I feel like Max could be playing a lot of video games lately, bro. Every time I see him on YouTube, he's fucking playing Call of Duty. I'm like, are you training? And his hair, dude, like, dude, he looks so different now. I'm like,
Melly does the same thing, to be fair, though.
True. I like Max. I mean, I gotta look into it, dude, for sure. And I agree with what Jack just said in the chat. They shouldn't have booked this fight. I don't think Max deserved a rematch. I feel like they should have gave it to Zombie, honestly, or maybe someone else. Or I mean, who? Zombie? Zombie's probably the guy that should have gave it to.
I think Max Holloway absolutely deserved the rematch, man. I mean, he's arguably the greatest featherweight of all time. I don't know exactly how many defenses he had, but it was a lot. Yeah, Volkanovski clearly won that fight. I took the plus 165 odds in him in that fight, but like watching it. Okay, so if you go and watch that fight, I thought I gave Volkanovski rounds 1, 2, and 3. I gave Holloway 4 and 5, even though 4 was close. Just watching that fight, I don't know how you can justify the current odds on Volkanovski. What are we at now? Minus 210. Like, he didn't look like a minus 210 in that fight, in my opinion. He looked more like a 175, 165. And I mean, I don't really have any reason to believe this fight is going to go any differently, like negatively in Max's favor. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this is just going to be another chess match. I feel like they're both going to try to make adjustments, and we're just going to see another close fight, in my opinion. I'm going to go with Volkanovski. I think he'll be able to edge rounds again, but I think we're just going to see another close fight. So, in my opinion, the value right now is in Max Holloway at plus 175. I wouldn't touch Volkanovski at these odds, but I'm going to probably end up passing.
Next fight, Yan versus although this is gonna be a quick breakdown for me. I think Yan's gonna fucking destroy him, honestly. I know Guru is probably crying right now listening to this because he's the biggest Aldo fan out there. And Aldo's obviously a legend, but dude, this is a terrible matchup for him. Yan's gonna fucking go out there and fucking kill him, dude, in my opinion. And then you wanna say?
Yeah, I kind of disagree, man. I don't know if he's going to go out there and kill him. Jose Aldo looked really good against Marlon Moraes. I think 135 pounds is a good weight class for him. I'm going to go with Peter Yan, though. I just think his shots, I think he is going to end up putting the power on the chin. And I'm not going to say he breaks Aldo late, not mentally, but I think physically, he's just going to start chipping away on him. And eventually he's just going to TKO him, I'll say. 4th or 5th round. I saw some people on Twitter mentioning the 5 rounds. We haven't seen Peter Yan 5 rounds in the UFC. We saw him 5 rounds twice outside the UFC, and he looked pretty fresh in both those fights. So I don't think 5 rounds is going to be a problem at all. I don't think it's going to be no easy fight for Peter Yan whatsoever. I'll say Jose Aldo actually wins a round or two, especially early when he's fresh. Good fight, man.
Yeah, next fight, another good fight. Andrade versus Rose, man. This is one of those fights that I'm going with the dog right now, pre-tape. I know I actually bet on I bet on a Rose in the first fight. And then Rose was fucking dominant her, and then Andrade beat her. But I mean, this fight, man, I just don't know if Rose wants it anymore, dude. I don't think she has that drive, man. And dude, I gotta go with Andrade, man. I mean, I just feel like she's going to land the harder shots, and she could take her down. But Rose could definitely pick her apart. But I mean, I don't know, man. Pre-tape Andrade she has my vote. I'm going with Andrade pre-tape. What about you?
Interesting fight, man. They're both coming off pretty brutal KO losses. Obviously, their first meeting against each other, that was Rose's last fight. Rose was looking really fucking good in that fight, man. She was picking apart Jessica Andrade big time, and then Andrade was eventually able to start really working her, start slamming her. The thing is, I feel like Rose should be good here. I can see why the odds are why they are. I think it's probably about justified, the minus 190. Much different fight this time, in my opinion. It's not in Brazil. I feel like Rose probably should at least have learned her lesson about hanging on to that damn Kimura while she's getting slammed. I don't see her getting slammed on her head, knocked out this time. So it's I don't know. I think it's going to be really, really tough for Andrade to win this fight. I see this fight at least 2 rounds looking a lot like the first round, or first 7 minutes looked like in their first fight. So as of right now, I got Namajunas by decision, but yeah, it might be a dog or pass situation.
Yeah, man. Next fight, God, Paige Van Zandt versus Amanda Ribas. Is there anything else I got to say? I mean, I like Van Zandt. She's gonna have a special place in my heart. When I bet her versus Osevich, and she cashed that, that bet. I saw her live versus Rose in Vegas. That was such a fucking good fight. But then again, she got her ass kicked. But I mean, dude, I like Van Zandt, man. I'm always gonna be a big fan of her. I still think she's one of the hottest girls in the UFC. But yeah, Ribas is the real deal, bro. Ribas is gonna go out there and just big sister here, man. I got Amanda Ribas by submission.
My question is, how can Paige win this fight? Obviously, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. If Paige Van Zandt wins this fight, how does she?
A fluke submission. I think she has to. I mean, she has.
Mackenzie Dern couldn't submit Ribas, but Paige could.
I mean, bro. I mean, how else do you see her winning? A decision? I don't know, man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's why the minus 900 is there. Other than Ribas has to slip on a banana peel. She's got to get DQ'd. Dude. I mean, minus 900 probably isn't even wide enough.
Honestly, what I was gonna say, I might put $5 maybe on Van Zandt.
Oh my god, dude! What a great way to throw away $5.
Yeah, I'll probably not do it. I mean, you can get a fucking $5 footlong, bro, from Subway with that. So I mean, I don't know about that. Who knows? Next fight, we just talked about the Vulcan one already. I thought it said for a second. I thought it said Elias Theodora. I'm like, what the fuck? He's back. I didn't know that. Zaleski, Sakalayev. This is a weird one because I think Zaleski was like plus 170 at one point, and I'm like, yo, that line's off. But then again, dude, he looked like dog shit, dude. Okay, number one, he looked like dog shit versus Beach. Number two, he didn't look that good last fight. Kunchenko could have won that fight. I don't know what's up with Zaleski, man. I got to look into that fight because, I mean, Sakalayev is a fucking serious striker, dude. But if Zaleski shoots and, like he did against Melender, I mean, he could definitely win this fight. I got to look into it. But I think they're like, what, both minus 110. So, I mean, damn, imagine if Sakalayev goes to plus money. Holy shit, dude. I mean, I got to look into it. But pre-tape, I got to go with Sakalayev.
Yeah, I got Salikhov pre-tape. I haven't looked into it yet. It's just, yeah, maybe Elizu can take the grappling game plan, come in there, take down, hold him down for 2 rounds, maybe even sub him. But Muslim Salikhov doesn't come off to me as the kind of guy like Curtis Melender who just has absolutely nothing to give in that department whatsoever. I think Salikhov will probably, if Zaleski wants to take that route and go wrestling or grappling heavy, I think he better snatch that neck early or else that kind of game plan is going to tire him out. He doesn't have the greatest cardio in the world. Although that is kind of how, I know you remember when we bet Muslim Salikhov in his UFC debut when he completely shit the bed against Alex Garcia. It was the grappling that got it done for Alex Garcia there. So if there is a weakness in Salikhov's game, it is the grappling. Zaleski is we don't see it all the time, obviously, but he is a pretty good damn grappler. So I think the pick 'em odds are probably about justified, but put a gun to my head, I have to make a pick. I'll say Salikhov knockout.
Next one is an interesting one. We got Macklin versus Henry. I mean, Henry completely fucking shit the bed against Ige, but I mean, come on, dude. Ige's a top 10 dude. Ige's probably going to be even farther than that. And I mean, that Henry bet versus Hakeem was fucking one of the best bets I've made in my life, dude. Dude, honestly, man, like I haven't taped it yet, but dude, wow, man. Thinking about it right now, Henry's probably live, bro. Like I might have to go with him, man. I mean, I like Macklin. I think that the guy has a good fucking grappling game. His striking's improved, but the guy has fucking his gas is terrible, bro. And dude, Jason Knight arguably won that fight, bro. So you can't just shit on Henry, man, just for that last fight. I mean, dude, I might be going with Henry here, dude. Yeah, man. Pre-tape, I got the hatchet.
So Ricky said the same thing earlier to me, that he thinks Danny Henry's live, and I'll ask you the same question I asked him. Would you be surprised at all if Makwan Amirkhani came out and just subbed him right away in the first round?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, he could. That's how he's probably going to win the fight. I mean, I can't see him winning a decision against Henry. I don't think. I mean, I feel like he's going to have to get a submission, but on the feet. I mean, both their striking games aren't that good, but I mean, the thing with Henry that I like is that the guy's a dog, bro. Like the guy he's going to be in the fight the whole time. I know he wasn't last fight, but Ige is a top dude. I mean, imagine what Ige would do to Macklin.
Yeah, Henry's a really big guy for their division too. He definitely has the better cardio here. We've seen him like outlast guys in the past to win, but like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Makwan's just a higher class, and his grappling is better than really anything else that Danny Henry brings to the table. So right now, I think Makwan's sub round 1, but who knows?
Wasn't Macklin in trouble versus Fishgold? I think he was.
I'd have to rewatch that fight.
Yeah, and Henry has a good ground game. Yeah, I got to look into it. But yeah, I got Henry right now. Next fight, Santos versus the newcomer Roman, was it Bogatov or whatever? I'm white, okay? I'm white, guys. I can't pronounce these names. Pre-tape, I got Santos, but he's old. But then again, he's a really good fighter. This kid, making his debut is no slouch. But I mean, he's definitely fighting arguably one of the best fighters outside the top 15. I mean, you can make a case Santos top 15 guy right now. So I got Santos pre-tape. I mean, real quick, who would you pick in this fight? Santos or Benny? That's a
Beneil Dariush or Leonardo Santos? Probably Beneil.
Ooh, dude, that'd be a good fight, man. Holy shit, I hope they book that in the future. I mean, you would pick Santos versus Gregor, wouldn't you?
Leonardo Santos versus Gregor Gillespie. I'd have to think about that one, but probably Leo Santos.
Me too. I mean, Santos is good, bro. I mean, he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Santos so far, pre-tape. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the scariest thing about it is that he's 40 years old and that he's somewhat of a decent sized favorite if you want to bet him in this fight. But the thing is, man, the little bit of tape I dug into in this guy, he's very wrestling and grappling heavy, and he wants to take that route against Leonardo Santos, who is a very, very high level BJJ guy. Oh man, I just think Leo Santos, he's just a big matchup problem because he's super tall for the division. He hits hard as fuck. His counters are so sharp, and then obviously on the mat, he's so good. He's a fucking tough fight for anybody. Like, I definitely got to go with him. Dude, to make your debut against that guy, I don't give a fuck if he's 40. Like, he fights once every 2 years, so he doesn't have a lot of fight damage. So, I mean, really in fight years, he's probably in his young 30s. I think he might have a couple to go. So, right now, I'm going to say he gets a big finish.
Next fight, we got Marcin Fraud-Burra versus Alexander Romanov. I mean, I see a lot of people talking about this fight. I mean, dude, Tybura is such a fucking fraud, man. I don't know if I can bet him. I hear a lot of people say that this kid he's fighting is not that good. I got to look into it. But, dude, trusting Tybura to win the fight is like, dude, I can't, man. I mean, dude, oh, my God, dude. Tybura is just such a fade, man. Yeah, he won his last fight. But, I mean, did you guys see who he fought? He fought the fucking one of the worst dudes in the division. Yeah, I got to look into this Romanov guy. I mean, what's the line? They're both minus 110. I mean, if Romanov's hit plus money, I don't know. I got to look into it because I've heard a lot of people say that Romanov stuck, so I don't know. Pre-tape, pass. Who do you got?
Yeah, man, this Romanov guy has fought like the canniest of cans. Like, the competition level has been pretty bad, but when you go and watch tape on him, you're going to enjoy that shit, man, because he's actually really exciting to watch. He's super strong, lots of really explosive, awesome takedowns. His ground and pound is really creative. Like, he's a super fun guy to watch. It's just he's taken a very big leap in competition here, and I think if you got plus money on Marcin Tybura, even though his career is probably not headed in the right direction, it's been a tough go. I think that was a good bet because he's much more experienced at the high level. Obviously, all the UFC experience. He's definitely the better striker here, and stylistically and historically, bro, like Marcin Tybura has not been the kind of guy to get out grappled in fights. I think he has one of the best takedown defense rates in the UFC. Actually, I want to say now that Alexander Volkov got taken down like 100 times by Curtis Blades, somebody would have to look this up, but I actually think Marcin Tybura might have the highest takedown defense percentage in the UFC. It's like 85 or 90%, something crazy like that. So this might actually be like a really tough stylistic matchup for the newcomer. So right now I got Tybura. I'm going to say he KOs this guy, gasses. So Tybura second round KO. And I'd have to look again at the DraftKings pricings, but dude, I mean, for around even money for a guy I think is going to win by knockout, Tybura is going to be a big DraftKings play for me.
I know we have one fight left to talk about, but looking at the card after that, the Ige Qatar fight or card, dude, that card I feel like is better, bro, so far from a betting perspective. I mean, dude, how the fuck is Meatball minus 105? What? Like, dude, she might hit plus money, dude. Meatball's gonna fucking like dominate fucking Santos. Number one, number two. So? I think so. Number two, I like Murphy versus Ricardo Ramos. I mean, he's a fucking big dog, and I like my boy fucking John Phillips versus fucking Dusko, fucking tall man's defense McGee. Who else? Oh, fucking Fishgold versus Darren Gordon. I mean, I like Fishgold there. Holy shit, bro, that's a good card from a betting perspective. Wow, man, there's 4 dogs right there pre-taped that I like. But anyways, back on. You want to talk about those real quick? You want to talk about
we had another fight on 251 to talk about, you said?
Carol Rosa versus Vanessa.
I don't give a shit about that fight. But that 15th card you just mentioned, like, yeah, definitely Marina Rodriguez. I know she is kind of a favorite, minus 165, but like, holy shit, dude, you know how much taller and bigger she's going to be than Carla Esparza in there? I know Marina had struggles against Calvillo in that 3rd round, especially, but like, dude, Calvillo just moved up to 125 pounds. She's way bigger and stronger than Carla Esparza. I think Marina Rodriguez is going to pick apart Carla bad. Cater and Ige is an awesome fight. I'm not going to say anything about it yet, though, before I tape it. Frankie Edgar, Pedro Munoz, dude. fuck, man. My gut is telling me Pedro just absolutely wallops that chin. It's going to be awesome to see Abdul Razak Al Hassan back. Jared Gordon and Fishgold, that's a fucking jobber fight, dude. I'd be surprised if I bet that fight. One of the biggest fades in the UFC is on that card, man. Freaking Mahmoud. I know you love seeing that guy fight.
You mean Manure? That's what his name is, Manure.
I have no idea about this guy he's fighting, though, and he's a minus 280 favorite. The Molly McCann fight, you mentioned that, bro. That money coming in on Tyler Santos might be rightful, bro. Tyler Santos is an extremely talented striker, and if it stays standing, Molly Meatball is going to get picked apart badly on the feet. So pick'em odds are probably about right.
Can't believe she lost to Barella. I can't believe she lost to Barella, though. Oh my god, it's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, like the thing is, like that was her UFC debut, and it took 10 minutes for her to get going. But if you watch that third round, man, like if she always fights like she fought in that third round, she's going to be a problem. But I agreed with you on the Lerone Murphy. I think pre-tape, I think that's probably a good dog spot. Dusko and John Phillips, that's a freaking dumpster fire. I think Ryan Benoit is like probably one of the easiest matchups Tim Elliott could have gotten, and so much money is flooding in on Ryan Benoit. I'm really looking forward to that one because, I mean, we all know Tim Elliott's style. He comes in like a madman, tries to get that submission right away, tries to get something crazy done early. I mean, he's basically our front runner, and if he doesn't get the finish, he gasses out. This happens every single time, but dude, Ryan Benoit is, I mean, I think he gets subbed early there. And then the Diana Belbita versus Liana Jojua fight. I think Diana Belbita is going to win that fight, man. She's a really good striker. She's the girl that just fought Molly McCann. And Jojua, dude, if you guys have not seen Jojua's UFC fight against Sarah Moras, don't watch it, actually. Just one of the biggest dumpster fires you'll ever see. Good card.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good card. I can't wait, man, for UFC, man. I think we have 3 cards in like a week. That's fucking crazy, man. I mean, it sucks for me. I'm not going to be able to watch the Wednesday card live. But, yeah, that's a really good card. I see my boy Guru just tweeted me or just messaged me right now and said, "Oh, War Ryan Spann." Shut the hell up, bro. Spann's going to get fucking deaded, bro, if he fights Jamal Hill, dude. Jamal Hill, real deal. He's a future champ. I said it.
I'm gonna look through these comments real quick, see if we got any good questions.
Jamal Hill, future champ. I'm not gonna say that, but he's gonna be a top 5 dude.
Send some questions to the chat, guys.
Yeah, because your boy needs to make a steak in a little bit, so I'm starving. Like, I'm really hungry, so I got to eat in like 5-10 minutes. Let's see. Then we have a lot of comments, man, and I don't think you can go all the way up either. Like once they pass a certain time.
Y'all are funny. Oh, yeah, I saw that Jai Herbert versus Trinaldo, July 15th. That's a really, really good fight, man.
Herbert might win that fight.
Yeah.
Next for Jamal Hill, Devin Clark, Spann. I guess Alonzo Menafield called him out. I guess someone said that. I mean, Menafield would get killed, bro. Oh, God. You see what Brandon just asked you right now?
Yeah, definitely the second one, Brandon.
God. Let's see. Herbert versus Trinaldo. That's a good fight. Does anyone in here have Ige versus Qatar? Because, I mean, that line is fucking off as of right now. Number 2, I like Qatar a lot, man, but he wasn't looking good last fight, man. I mean, dude, Stevens was beating him, bro, early. So, I mean, dude, Ige is the real deal, man. I mean, plus 240? Holy shit, man. And I like Qatar a lot, but I got to look at him in the fight.
So I guess we can say, coming on for our 251 breakdown next week, we got my boy King coming on. You can find him at Twitter at MMA King 1993. Dude's been killing it. I think he's probably got one of the best 2020s of basically all of MMA Twitter. Dude's up like 30-something units this year. He's one of my favorite people to talk to on Twitter, sharp mind. So we're going to have him on. It's going to be a really good show next week.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Sun Tzu, honestly, too, is...
Yeah, we're going to get Sun Tzu on. we want to get our boy Sean on. You guys might not know about our boy Sean, but when we get him on, he's gonna make some noise for sure.
I agree, man. Anything you want to say?
Me?
Yeah, before we go, or
no, man. I think we pretty much covered it.
I'm starving right now, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, we'll be back. I mean, we got to have our boy Sunzu on for sure. I mean, he's gonna be on. I mean, we'll talk to him, but hopefully, maybe the card after this or this one, or the one after that. But we'll definitely be in contact with him. And yeah, man, we're gonna start having more people on. Can't wait, man. Let's see. Anything else you want to say?
Nah, man. I'm just kind of bummed out there's no UFC this weekend, but I mean, like you said, we got 3 cards in 1 week, so we just got a lot of time to, do research, get an extra week of research in, make sure we're ready.
These guys right here say that we should bring on AMG Warrior. Okay, look, I talked a lot of shit about this guy in the past. I'm gonna be nice right now I'm a nice guy in general, but I'll be nice right now. The guy's a good capper. Okay, I'm not gonna talk any more shit right now unless he says something to me. Then we can talk shit. But no, he's not coming on here. Why would I have AMG Warrior come on here, dude? But yeah, he's a good capper. I gave him his props, but he's terrible at fantasy football, and he's gonna get smoked if he ever wants to play me again. All right, guys, we will be back. I mean, we'll probably be going live, I'm assuming, on Monday. Monday or Tuesday, stay tuned or to watch Twitter, because I haven't watched any tape, but I definitely will be watching tape soon. And we got 3 cards, guys, in 7 days, so definitely gotta watch a lot of tape, man. I'm not heated. I don't know why I say I'm heated. I'm just saying that why would I have a guy on here I don't like, bro? It's like me having Guru on here. I don't like Guru. Why would he be on our podcast? I'm just kidding. But I'm talking about Guru. I'm joking, bro.
Who's that?
Who's prediction Guru? I don't even know who that is. Oh yeah, the guy that said Daukaus is gonna smoke Allen. No, I'll be honest. Daukaus looked good in that fight. Okay, he did. He looked good. I mean, he could have won the fight, honestly, if he just maybe had a couple more. I don't know, man. We're talking about it. He could have won the fight, but
I mean, he could have won the second round if he didn't get dropped by that knee. But I mean, he got dropped by the knee.
Yeah, and dude, that knee dropped Jeffrey too on Contender Series. I mean, that knee's good, dude. I mean, Allen's good in the clinch. That third round wasn't a 10-8. It wasn't. I mean, Allen fucking got on top of him, dude. So
can you believe a judge gave that third round to Brendan Allen? That's crazy.
Crazy, man.
It's one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah. So all right, guys, we'll be back. And thanks for everyone in the chat. Thanks for everyone. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Later, guys.